Okay, hopefully this video goes a little bit better than the calendar video. But anyways, these are our behavior basics lessons for the week. We're going to do this one again because it's really important. This is the first lesson. This is the classroom rules. This is something that we go through almost every single day when we're getting ready to do calendar. Remember? So I'm going to read this little book. Okay. I come to school to try my best. You come to school to try your best? Miss Amy does. When I'm at school, I need to follow the rules. Every school has rules. There are 5 rules I need to remember. Rule number 1, our mouth is quiet. Rule number 2, our eyes are looking. We're looking at the teacher, we're looking at our work, we're looking at whatever it is that we need to be looking at so that we can learn the best way possible. My hands and my feet are to myself. Usually they're together if you need to put them together. But sometimes when we do work, right, we have to grab our pencils or our pens, and then our hands won't be together. But we can still do that and still keep them to ourselves, right? We don't touch anybody else. We keep them to ourselves. Rule number 4, our ears are listening. Yes, if we don't listen, how do we know what we're supposed to do? And if you have a question, rule number 5, raise your hand. Can't just blurt things out. It's not very, that's not very manners. That's not great manners. We have to raise our hand and let the teacher call on us, right? Yep. I feel good about myself when I follow all of the classroom rules. All right. Let's review our classroom rules. I have them all a little condensed in here, right? Okay. Rule number 1, mouth is quiet. Rule number 2, eyes are looking. Miss Amy, at the computer, at your schoolwork, at mom and dad, whoever needs you to be looking, you use your eyes to look. Rule number 3, hands and feet are to myself. We're not touching anybody. We're not kicking anybody. We are doing what we need to do with our hands and feet to ourselves. Yes. Rule number 4, our ears are listening. Yeah, they're listening. And rule number 5, we're going to raise our hand if we have any questions. Yep. Okay, for this next part of the lesson, boys and girls, we are going to do a little bit of an interactive thing. So I'm going to ask some questions and I want you to respond. I want you to do a thumbs up for yes or a thumbs down for no. Okay? So we're going to talk about our rules, right? We just reviewed all 5 of the rules. So now I'm going to ask you questions. So question number 1, do you come to school to try your best? Yes or no? Do you come to school to try your best? Miss Amy does. Yes. Yes. Are there 2 classroom rules? Are there 2 classroom rules? No. How many classroom rules are there? There's 5. 5 classroom rules. Okay. Is it polite to be quiet when your friends are working? Do we need to keep our voices quiet while our friends are working? Yes, we do, so that we can let them learn the best way they can. Do we need to raise our hand when you have a question? Do you need to raise your hand when you have a question? Yes, that means the teacher knows you have a question and she'll call on you. She'll say, yes, please ask your question. Is it okay to hit and kick your friends? No, it's not okay to hit and kick your friends. We need to be nice to our friends. And hitting and kicking them is not very nice, is it? No. Are you supposed to ignore your teacher when they're talking? Do you not listen to your teacher when they talk? No. You have to listen to your teacher when they talk and listen to your mom and dad when they talk because mom and dad are kind of like a teacher right now. So you need to use your ears to listen. Good job. Okay. Do you keep your eyes on the teacher when they're talking? Do you use your eyes to look when the teacher is talking? Eyes are looking. Yes, we use our eyes to look at the teacher while we're talking. Yes. Do you keep your hands and feet to yourself at all times? Or is it okay to kind of go over here and hit your friend or kick your friend? No, it's not okay. We need to keep our hands and ourself and our feet to ourself. Yes. When you need help, do you pull your teacher's hair? Do you pull your teacher's hair ever? No. You do what, boys and girls? You raise your hand when you need help, right? That's the universal signal. I need help, please. Or you could do your sign language. Help, help. That would be okay too. But raise your hand if you have a question and you need help. That's how we do it. Okay, last question. Is it important to follow the classroom rules? It is important to follow the classroom rules. That way, everybody can learn and have fun and be safe. All right, everybody? Okay, let's go over the rules one more time so that we can really work on learning them in our brains, okay? So rule number 1, mouth is quiet. Rule number 2, eyes are looking. Rule number 3, hands and feet are to myself. Bodies are still. Rule number 4, ears are listening. And rule number 5, raise your hand if you have any questions. Now, boys and girls, really quick, do we need to raise our hands if we have questions at the computer? Miss Amy won't be able to see you raise your hand on the computer, not unless we're doing a video call, right? So sometimes you might raise your hand and mom and dad will answer, and that's okay. If you raise your hand and mom and dad answers your question, that's the same kind of thing as Miss Amy answering, okay? But these are all the rules and skills that we need when we go back to the classroom. So I want you to make sure that you really know them, okay? All right, thank you for being here for this video and this lesson. We'll see you again soon. Bye.